What is going on, you guys? AvrielR32 here, bringing you guys a brand new Red Eyes deck profile. I know that it's been a while since I have posted one. I posted one just a couple months ago. That was the build at the start of this format, but I was on TCG Player and I saw a article from Lucas Peterson, and in case you guys have ever never read him on TCG Player, I highly suggest you guys go and do that because he writes very good articles, very in-depth, very interesting under-the-radar articles, and Red Eyes happened to be his under the radar article. And so I want to talk about that with you guys because I literally just got done reading it and it was a very fantastic read. I highly suggest you guys go and read it. But without further ado, I want to dive into his Red Eyes deck profile here because all credit does go to him. But as you guys know, I'm a huge advocate of the Red Eyes deck. I absolutely love the support. I wish they could be better on more of a regional level. I'm considering taking Cosmos to my next regional in October, but now that I've seen this build, I don't know. I might reconsider, but I still have to kind of test around with it. So. But anyway, let's dive into this here, and then I will explain everything after the card choices. So we're playing 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon, pretty standard. It's your go-to card. You're pretty much your MVP, honestly, because it's what makes the world go round, like with Archfiend and whatnot. Then we got 2 Summon Skull. You have to play them. 1 Red MD, 2 Black Flare, 2 Black Metal, 3 Blackstone. I mean, it's Blackstone. It goes for this and this, so you kind of have to play it. 2 Kinkabayu because you want to recycle. And then we have a plant engine here. 3 Lone Fire, 1 Glow Up Bulb, and 1 Spore, and then we're playing the level 7 monster Fusler Dragon, the Dual Mode Beast. In case you guys don't know what this does, this card is a bit of an older card. It was used in, at least I remember using it in an old, basically sort of beatdown / skill drain / final attack orders kind of deck. And it's got 2800 attack, 2000 defense, level 7 machine dark type. And what it does is that you can normal summon or set this card without tributing. And if you do, its original attack and defense are halved. So essentially, it's the OG Beast King Barbatos. Whenever I was talking, when I was just now talking about when you could play it in skill drain / final attack order beatdown kind of deck, is because you could summon it, attack with it, and then upon your attack, activate skill drain and then chain final attack orders. So he would go back up to his original stats, and then with final attack orders, all the monsters would have to be in attack mode. So he's playing this, and his reasoning behind it was that it's another level 7 monster that you can summon in order to make rank 7 plays. Someone did leave a comment saying that what if you get like a dead hand where you open up Spore and Glow Up Bulb, and then you're just sitting with 3 dead Lone Fires in your hand? Have you considered I think it was like Angel of Roses, because it's also a level 7 monster. So that could also be considered in this deck too, in case you do somehow brick with Glow Up Bulb and Spore. You can go Lone Fire, Tribute, get out Angel of Roses, that's a level 7, and then make a rank 7 play. But anyway, moving on into the spells and traps. So we have 3 cards of the Redstone. It's your draw engine. It's basically a better version of Sacred Sword for this deck because you don't want to banish your stuff. So playing 3 is good. And then also it's like a Dragon Shrine or a Foolish Burial in a sense, because you can send a level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the grave after you draw 2. Then we're playing 2 Dragon Shrine. Basic play with this is that you go send Red Eyes, and then send Blackstone. Blackstone's effect, send back Red Eyes, get Blackstone into your hand for next turn. Then we got 3 Silver Scry, 3 Red Eyes Fusion, 2 Dragon's Mirror, 1 Raigeki, and then for the traps we have 1 Compulse, 2 Oasis of Dragon Souls, 3 Breakthrough Skill, and 1 Torrential. So to kind of explain the rest of this deck, obviously we all know what Oasis of Dragon Soul does. It's basically another Call to Haunted, but keep in mind that it does change the monster that it brings out to a Worm type, which is important for the extra deck. So we're running 3 Archfiend Black Skull. This can be interchangeable. If you only have 1 Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, you can play 2 Black Skull Dragon, or if you have 2 Archfiend Black Skull, then play 1 Black Skull Dragon. Preferably, you want to play 3 Archfiend Black Skull Dragon just because it's just a strictly better version of Black Skull Dragon. If you guys remember from my deck profile a couple months ago, you guys will know that I was playing 1 Black Skull Dragon. Again, like I just said, that's only because I only have 2 Archfiend Black Skulls. So if you guys have a playset of this, definitely run 3. And then we're playing First of the Dragons because we're playing Dragon's Mirror. So, you know, 5-headed dragon I did have in my deck. The problem is that if you're going for 5-headed dragon, you basically have to be winning that turn, and you basically have to have no other options. So by that point, you're just going to go Dragon's Mirror, banish every single key dragon card in your grave to make 5-headed. So First the Dragons is better in that regard, because you could just go Dragon's Mirror, banish a Black Flare and a Red Eyes, and then you still have 1 Black Flare left and 2 copies of Red Eyes left that you can still work with. So, and then for the rest of the extra deck, we have Azure Eyes, Boxia, which is going to be important. Star Eater, Trishula, Crimson Blader, 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal, 1 Draco Sack, 1 Master Blades, 1 Big Eye, and then 1 Slacker Magician because we're playing a lot of level 1s. So, again, to kind of round off this deck profile and to kind of finish explaining everything, Boxia, keep in mind, is a worm type. Oasis of Dragon Souls, with the monster it brings back, will be a worm type. So what you can do is, in order to bring out Boxia, since it's a, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's a level 8 Synchro, so it requires a non-tuner worm type. So you can play Glow Up Bulb, which is a level 1, activate Oasis of Dragon Souls, get back Red Eyes, which is now a level 7 worm, technically, and Synchro into Boxia and make plays. You can also remove a Lone Fire from your grave to bring out Spore, have a level 7 monster on the board, and then make Star Eater. Again, like I mentioned with Dragon's Mirror, you can go Dragon's Mirror, banish Black Flare and Red Eyes in grave to make First of the Dragons, which is so good. The fact that it can't be destroyed by battle and unaffected by other monster effects is just amazing, because no meta deck right now plays normal monsters except for Knights, which even then Knights can't get over a 2700 beater just by battle. They have to make Exceeds or something. So the ability that it's unaffected by Trishula, it's unaffected by Exciton, unaffected by Castel, it's such a busted card, and its stats really show for it too. And like I said, again, it only requires 2 normal monsters, so that's really easy to get out with this deck. The breakthrough skills are pretty standard. I mean, you could run Fiendish Chain if you wanted to instead. It's just kind of player preference. I kind of like breakthrough skill better just because of the fact that if it's in your graveyard, then, you know, next turn, if your opponent has, like, say, I don't know, Vanity's Fiend on the board, you can just banish breakthrough skill, turn off the Vanity's Fiend for the turn, and then just continue on with your special summoning to make plays. I mentioned this in my deck profile, but again, you have to play 3 Red Eyes Fusion. You can't play any less than it. It's just so good. It's your MVP card. It's what you're always going to be going for. Azure Eyes you can make, again, with 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner normal monsters. Black Flare's treated as a normal so long as you haven't normal summoned it while it's on the field or in the grave, and then you have 3 more vanillas to go along with it. So you can just play Spore or Glow Up Bulb, sync with one of these, make your Azure Eyes, and in case you don't remember what this does, whenever it's special summon, Dragon-type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn, so it kind of makes them indestructible for basically a whole turn and a half, basically. And then once per turn during your standby phase, you can target a no monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, and it's got 2500 attack, 3000 defense, so very good for resurrecting your Red Eyes monsters and continue to make plays and keep the flow going. That was something that I noticed in my deck profile that I had trouble with, was that you always want to keep the flow going with this deck. And something that Lucas Peterson also mentioned was that this deck is very basically, he was trying to get the point that it's very innovative in the sense that there's many different routes you can go with the deck, like I even said, and I agree with him 100% on that, because you can go with a ritual version, which even he said is not good, which I agree with. You could go a burn route where you can run 3 Red Eyes Spirits, so that whenever Red Eyes pops, then your opponent takes 24, or even continue it on with Inferno, Fire Blast, and Ring of Destruction and stuff like that to just try and burn your opponent as quick as you can. You can make more of an Exceed-based build where you just focus on Exceeds. But next to Cyber Knight's build, I think this is the best build. Like, if y'all want to play Red Eyes, test this build and test Cyber Knight's build. And obviously my build too, because I think, besides my build, I think Cyber Knight and Lucas have the 2 best builds on YouTube. Mine is just a combination of, well, mine I should say was, because now I'm going to change it to this. But mine was just a combination of Cyber Knight and Team Shockwave's build. So if y'all want to test a build, test this build, test Cyber Knight's build, and test my build, I would say. So, because mine's a kind of a mix of 2 other YouTubers, like I just mentioned. And I've already mentioned Red Eyes Flare Metal. Again, it's just a chain energy for your opponent, and the fact that if your opponent gets down to 500 life points, they literally can't use any card effects. All they can do is just summon monsters, and obviously they can't get over a 2800 basic just by summoning monsters nowadays. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this deck. I freaking love Red Eyes. I'm going to build this right now, well, not right now IRL, it's like 11 o'clock at night, but I'm going to get some of the stuff together to build it IRL so that I have another deck to play with, and then I'm going to probably order the Cosmos stuff in the next few days, because I'm still thinking we're going to get a ban list. But anyway, thank you guys for watching as always.